Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're moving the valve covers on Project Z28. I got brand new ones coming in and I have found the source of the oil leak, so let me go ahead and get this off and show you what's going on here. So the thing is with the profiler heads, they're drilled here for center bolt valve covers. There's spots there. They're also drilled for perimeter bolt valve covers. Now pay close attention. Right here is what I want to show you, is this ridge right here. This valve cover, this ridge right here is what's setting inside the head. So when you come over here and you're hitting those bumps that come out, this is what's keeping the valve cover from setting down. I thought it was these. See, there's these like studs or whatever you want to call them that come through the valve cover for the bolts. I figured, me and Ken both were thinking either this or the baffle was hitting and not allowing the valve cover to settle down. But what it is this channel right here is not clearing, because see, it should follow along inside, but now that we have this hump, the valve cover's not there. If you watched real careful my last video, you could actually have seen the red paint on that spring sticking up. That's how high the valve covers were. Well, at least I still got all my rocker arms attached. So that's a step in the right direction. Yeah, so anyhow, it's Monday, March the 16th. On Friday the 13th, I went ahead and pulled the driver's side valve cover off and figured out what I needed to do. So what am I doing about it? I have already ordered, yes, more money into this project, but I ordered new valve covers. They're going to be the perimeter bolt valve covers. This way I know they're going to fit and I'm not going to have any issues. Hopefully they fit. If they don't have an inner lip, if they do, I really don't know what the hell I'm going to do. But I mean, people use these heads all the time and I don't think anybody's had a problem. So I got the perimeter bolt valve covers coming. I got new valve cover gaskets because those gaskets have holes for the bolts to go through. And then instead of bolts, I ordered studs, which should make my life a little bit easier. We'll go ahead and put the studs in, and then you could seat the gasket to the head, and then just drop the valve cover gasket in there and tighten it down. Instead of trying to hold a valve cover and a gasket all together, especially on the passenger side, where it's really tight. You got the heater hoses and the AC. It's really tight on that side. So hopefully that's going to work. So I'm just waiting on my cute little FedEx girl to go ahead and bring it. So in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and check the torque on that cylinder head on the passenger side. Make sure it's tight. I'm really not getting puddles under the car, so maybe it's kind of sealed itself up. I'm hoping. And then I think I got to look for a TV cable, because the one in here is just ungodly tight. Ken's supposed to be making me an adapter. I'm not sure if I mentioned that or not. I think I might have. But man, it's just kind of, I went to Rock Auto and a couple other places and I cannot find like a TV cable here. So still got to go ahead and search the old interwebs. But that's kind of looking like what I'm going to have to do to get this car driving. It's just replace that TV cable, because it's just way too tight. So let's go ahead and wait for FedEx to get here. So I checked the torque on the passenger side. It looks pretty good. I really don't see any moisture down there. It's hard to tell because it's in the garage. I did put paper towels down a while back and they were getting a little bit damp. So I don't know. Hopefully, you know, I run the car a little bit more, it should seal up, but everything looks tight for the time being. So my parts came in. So now first let me show you the difference. This is a center bolt valve cover and this is a perimeter valve cover. You can see the difference is that you have bolt holes that go through. This is why we had to order new valve cover gaskets. Here are the studs that I ordered. Said not a big deal. Instead of bolts going through the valve cover, I just put a little Loctite and thread these into the head, and then I was able to bolt down the valve cover. And I bought these like what I used to run on my '69 Camaro. They're spreaders. They kind of do is disperse some of the weight, so you're not just pushing it all down on that little valve cover, which you can also see the gasket makers now run a piece of metal around here to keep you from blowing that out. But I want to be safe than sorry. I don't want to do this job more than once. So now for the piece of resistance. If you follow me on Instagram, But you should, YouTube _L to the W, links in the description. You've already seen this. Wow, this camera not focusing. But here we go. Are you ready? There we go. These are, I don't know, Chevy Performance Parts. Guess Proform, whatever. I got them on Summit Racing. But I figure they had pretty good reviews. They are pretty heavy duty. They feel pretty strong. There's no nothing. There is a baffle. There's only one grommet, so I lose my oil fill cap, but is what it is. I won't find out how slow it is till I change the oil, which will be coming up soon, because as soon as I drive this car, we'll get that break-in oil out. So there we are. Let me show you. I did have one slight issue, of course. Doesn't that look good? Kind of matches the ceramic coated headers. But here's the problem right here with the alternator. As you can see, sometimes these bright lights are a little bit detrimental, but that right there is a bolt. And this wire here comes right off the battery, and as you can see, it is damn near touching the valve cover. I actually have a little spot weld right there. Originally, okay, it had this plastic cap to protect it. Now, obviously, the factory valve covers were clearance for this. I wasn't paying attention when I put the valve cover on. I knocked the cap off, and sparks were flying as I welded the valve cover to that. If you've ever spot welded, you know what I'm talking about. So I thought the driver's side was going to be easy. So this is looking like it's going to make the driver or the passenger side seem easy. I had to take my Dremel and cut that bolt off. So that was a little bit of a pain, but we got it on there. Hopefully, it's still really, really close. I'm kind of uncomfortable about it. So not really sure what to do. Just going to keep my fingers crossed. Hopefully it doesn't short out. I don't think it will. I mean, they're bolted in. They're pretty good. But anyhow, I'm going to go ahead and get the passenger side valve cover on there. I was actually talking, the guy I mentioned last time on Facebook, Gerard, he's actually got a YouTube channel, My Hemi. Check out that channel. He told me on his third gen that his TV cable hooked up, so I was doing some researching and I finally found some good info on the third gen forums, and somebody listed two different part numbers. I think it was like 86 to 89, and then 90 to 92 was two different cables, which makes sense because my throttle cable is a little bit different than what this manifold was designed to run on. I still don't know why it's short. There's a good possibility that maybe somebody replaced it. Researching this, I found a lot of people have broke the little plastic clip off the end that moves the cable in and out. So it might have been a common problem with these cars. I don't know. I had my original one a few years, long before it would have probably gave me any problems, but I never had a problem with mine. But so this might be changed, but I did order a cable for like a 88 and up, 88 to 89 or 87 to 89, whatever it listed, and it cross-referenced to the Corvette, which is good because the Corvette ran the same setup with the TPI. They just use aluminum heads and I believe a different cam, but all in all the same setup, same transmission, engine, so the length, setup, everything is going to be exactly the same. So that's a good thing that it cross-referenced over. It showed Camaro and Corvette for what car. So I had the TV cable coming. I'm not sure. I haven't got shipping confirmation yet. I only ordered it last night. So that's that. I'm going to go ahead and throw on this valve cover and then go ahead and start the car, and fingers crossed no oil leaks. Alright, I think we got the oil leak situation resolved. I started up earlier. I did have a little bit of a leak issue still on the passenger side, so what I ended up doing is loosening all the valve covers up. I think the valve cover just kind of got hung up on one of the studs, so I repositioned it, make sure it was pushed all the way down. I just ran the car again for about 10 minutes, and everything's good. No oil leaks. I am having two more problems. For some reason, the AC doesn't seem to want to come on. I had a bad feeling about this. It still has the R12 compressor on here, and somebody has 134 fittings on here. You can do that just as long as you change the oil from ester to PAG. You can run 134 in an R12 compressor, but I have to wonder why would they change that. I mean, I guess it could leak out, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with the system, nothing wrong with the compressor, but when I get this thing running some more. I'm gonna definitely have to put the gauges on and figure that out. Maybe just put some Freon in them. Always something. And then the idle's acting a little funky. It idles good, and then it'll start surging up really high, and it won't kick down, and I'll try to adjust it back, and then it just stalls. So I'm going to have to put the laptop on here, do some data logging, get with the tuner, and figure out what's going on. I have the engine light on, which I don't know why, because certain things are supposed to be programmed out of the car. So I'm thinking with the laptop I might be able to read the codes. I'm not 100% sure, so I'll get back with you on that on the next video. But that's where yeah, she's running. TV cable's on the way. Oil leaks solved. Every step we're getting close to putting this thing on the ground and on the road. I can drive without the AC. I really don't want to, but I can. But once I can get this thing idling long enough, I can put the gauges on. We'll figure out what the pressures are on the system. But oh man, dude, what crazy times, man. You might notice, like, back behind me here, this shelf. Probably never noticed it in my videos. It's always full of, like, paper towels, because I'm not here in the garage, always making a mess, always using paper towels. And then I go to Sam's Club, and bam, man, no freaking paper towels. This is, like, ridiculous, this whole stuff with this. I mean, it's a serious situation with the corona and all that, but man, people need to calm down. It's like buying up toilet paper. Coronavirus does not give you the shits. So stop buying toilet paper, man. Seriously, what's everybody afraid of? I mean, all hoarding toilet paper. This is absolutely insane. Now I've seen like our local Cars and Coffees closed down because of the 50 people maximum or minimum, or I guess no more than 50 people can be at an event. I've seen some even campgrounds closing down. We were like looking at planning some stuff. I have something planned, but there's some campgrounds like state parks that are closing down. This is like, oh man, crazy times. Can't even get paper towels. Anyhow, oh, that's what I want to do before I go. I want to apologize kind of about that cup holder video. I promise no more reviews like that. As a smaller channel, I got excited when people offered me stuff, so I promised to do it. And when I got it and saw it was really pretty much the same thing as the first time, I really didn't want to do the video, and I really put it off, and the guy kept asking, and I am a man of my word. I told the guy I would do a review video, so I did. So my regular viewers, I apologize. I know that's what you don't tune into the channel for that. Now, the TPMS system, the wireless system, now I really like that system. I thought it was kind of cool. You can hook, for maybe cars like this Camaro that never came with it, it's a great option to add it. So I bought it kind of for the RV that we're going to get. But I mean, like I said, you can situate it onto any car. Anything that has tires, you can put that little thing on. I thought it was pretty cool, so I'm going to do it. I also had a few people now ask me to do a review on the little Sunny Joe electric power washer. So I'm going to go ahead and do that because it's been asked for. And I'll still do kind of reviews on cool stuff that people might use. But I promise, man, no more cup holders. And also, right now I kind of got a lot going on, so I'm going to try to put out content as much as I can, but I'm kind of busy going every which direction right now, and really don't have a lot going on with the car until a TV cable comes, and so I should have something here shortly. Put that cable in. I'm going to do some data logging, figure out why the idle is crazy, and maybe we can flash something in here, or maybe we can watch and see if maybe the idle air control valve's not working or working too much. I don't know. Big cams tend to throw everything in for a loop because the systems weren't designed for these big lopey things that kind of hurt your vacuum and stuff. So it is what it is. You do this kind of stuff. You have to learn to deal with the consequences of making it to where it's more race than street. That's why like our cars, like my 17 Camaro, the 50, even the SS, the GTO, they're all programmed to give you good performance and daily drivability. This thing was the same way, but I went ahead and modified it up with this big, huge lopey cam with long durations, and there's a lot of areas where it's not building up vacuum and stuff like that. So, kind of goes with what you're doing. So, like I said, I don't know what kind of schedule I'm gonna have for the videos. I always tried to do Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I have a lot of stuff I gotta get done. I have a lot of stuff in this house I need to clear out and sell. I got a lot of old car stereo equipment I need to move. I just have a lot of stuff here. So yeah, and I'm working with the garage. I'm getting with the tree person now, trying to look at that. So It's a lot of stuff. So hang in there, everybody. Promise good content coming. I just don't want to put out a bunch of junk. I want you to have something that you can enjoy and you want to watch. So there's where we are, man. She runs. Hopefully next video maybe we'll have her on the ground driving, because like I said, right now it's running. Everything's good to go. The oil leak's not there. I don't see any other issues. It's just a TV cable. And like I said, you could do some damage to the transmission driving without it hooked up. So it should be here, I think, within the next day or two. So fingers crossed I'll have another video. If it's not by the end of this week, early next week, I promise. And we'll have this car driving. So thank you everyone for your support. Please subscribe if you haven't. Links down below if you want to know the equipment that I use, or if you want to buy some merchandise, some L to the W shirts or stickers and that. And appreciate the support, everyone. Like I said, watch the commercials. They're absolutely free of charge to watch. I know everybody hates them, but it's a way to make some revenue so we can buy cars and do stuff for the channel. Alright, so till then, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.